Figure out who you are. Figure out how magnificent you are. Look into your chakra centers. Look into your history as far as your astrology charts. I say a lot of people don't really look into astrology because they look at it from the newspaper and they don't really get the full insight in it.
Fast life, fast pace, fast money. Fast life, that's the way that we've been living. Lose it all, make it back, then we spend it. This lifestyle got me feeling.
But what I say to people is that astrology is like your cosmic picture, because everything. Nikola Tesla said that if you want to understand the universe, think of in the terms of frequency, vibrations, and energy. So what I say is, when you were born, that was your cosmic photo, because everything pushes out energy. Other planets pushes out energy. And so when you were born, you did a cannonball into the cosmic ocean, right? Space, all the darkness. So think about that like the water. And you did when you came into reality, manifestation, you created a ripple into this black space. And that ripple encapsulated all the energy at that time and took a picture of what type of energy was in the water at the time of your manifestation. And what it does is it encapsulates that energy within inside of your vehicle, your car, your body. And now you have this makeup. This is what your car is able to do. Because you incarnated at this time, your car has 20 horsepowers. It has Siri. It has Bluetooth. But maybe if you incarnated at a different time, you only had 5 horsepowers. And you only had FM, AM radio. It kind of helps you see some of your tendencies and some of your possibilities. This is not what I said. This is something that I've heard. And when they were trying to explain astrology, and what they said was, think of it like 2 people going to a bar. One person is an alcoholic, the other person is not an alcoholic, and they both going through the bar. The one who's an alcoholic has a tendency to drink, which means they have a higher likelihood of becoming intoxicated. Doesn't mean they will. Just because they are drunk don't mean they will become intoxicated, but because they have this tendency, this makeup, then they have a higher possibility than the other person to become drunk. That is how astrology helps you. It helps you see some of your tendencies, some of your possibilities and things of that nature. Now, I'm talking about astrology, and I'm not going to give you everything about astrology, but like I give you an example. If you haven't even caught on yet, like my speaking, right? My talk. I kind of talk fast to some people. I kind of have a thick tongue to other people. And for both of them, I say, listen faster. If I'm talking too fast, you're listening too slow. It's that simple. But I have Saturn in the 3rd house. Saturn is a planet that brings restriction, delays, and things of that nature. I also have Jupiter there too. So I'm kind of, it balances that house out, which is the house of siblings, communication, short distance travel, things of this nature, right? Immediate environment. So when I look at this, before I even knew anything about astrology, I had already lived parts of my life. And I wasn't brought up with my siblings. None of them. I have 4 of them, and I wasn't brought up with none of my siblings in the same household. I wasn't a foster kid or nothing like that, but it was it's a very peculiar story, and I have to share it with you if you want to know the story. But I wasn't brought up with none of them. 2 of them lived in Indiana, 2 of them lived in Kentucky, and I wasn't brought up with them. Yes, I lived with my mom. You said, well, how the hell you live with your mom? You didn't say with none of your siblings. No, like I said, it's a peculiar story I have to share. But anyway, so I was disconnected from my siblings, right? Growing up, I had a speech problem. I still kind of have one. If you haven't noticed yet, if you don't listen to some of the stuff I say, you probably could tell I have a problem talking slowly, put it like that, right? And then on top of that, it said some other stuff too. But I was like, wow, I didn't grow up with my siblings, and I did have a speech problem, and I still was on an honor roll and the dean list and shit like that. So I still got good grades, but that's because I want to play sports. You know, that was the only reason. Because school was bullshit. Didn't teach me. It taught me how to do my maths and stuff like that, but it wasn't teaching me anything I really was interested in. Like, you know, like I'm talking about now, breathing properly, meditation, chakras, you know, spiritual things. These are what I'm a Pisces, so I'm into this type of stuff. And I'm an 8th house Pisces on top of that. So, you know, I'm definitely into this kind of stuff. Now you're like, well, what the hell is an 8th house? I just know my sun sign. That's what I'm talking about. There's a lot about you that you probably don't even know. And that's what I want to start doing. I want to start helping you become aware of some of the things that other people probably haven't told you about, or you're just not into at this moment.
Fast life, fast pace, fast money.